I'm going the front too. And I'll get you a couple blocks. All right, bring both your feet down to the mat. Hip width distance apart, knees bent. Arms by your side. Feel that natural curve of your spine, especially in your lumbar spine right now, just neutral spine. Take a big breath in, fill your ribs front to back, side to side. And then on your exhale, draw your lower back down towards the floor, getting rid of some of that natural lumbar curve. And just do this a few times. Inhale, lifting your back away from the ground a little bit. And then exhale, drawing your rib cage in, your lower back pressing into the mat. 2 more of those. Next, big breath in. And then on your exhale, you're going to draw your pelvic floor up first, then press into your feet, squeeze your glutes, and slowly peel your spine up away from the mat. Nice and slow, articulating your spine on the way up. And then on your exhale, relax your pelvic floor as you come down vertebra by vertebra. Yeah, good. Keep going with that. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, pelvic floor lifts first, then abdominals, glutes, quads, get a nice stretch, hip flexors stretch at the top. And then exhale, come on down nice and slow. Good, one more time. Beautiful. Come all the way down. And then walk your feet as wide as your mat, knees still bent. Take a big inhale again, and on your exhale, you're going to gently tilt your pelvis. So you squeeze your glutes a little bit, like you're going to take that pelvic bowl and point it towards the ceiling a little bit. Keep that engagement and let your knees drop to the right side. Sure it does. Yeah, if you don't, yeah, if you don't make that adjustment first, you're just taking those little SI joints and just squishing them. So that helps protect it. Yep, that's why we do it. Good. Inhale your knees back to center. So before you take them to the other side, again, same engagement. Tilt your pelvis. Draw your abdominals down. Keep that, and now let your knees fall to the left. Feet as wide as your mat. Good. Bring your knees back to center, and then let your knees just fall in like a little tent, feet wide, knees in. Pause here. Maybe bring your hands towards your belly, or one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. With your eyes closed, take this moment to set an intention for your practice this morning. And with that intention set, go ahead and stretch arms and legs away from each other, full body stretch. Inhale, reach your fingertips towards the ceiling, and on your exhale, roll yourself up vertebra by vertebra. That didn't want to come out. Reach forward a little bit, extend your spine long, and then sit up tall. All right, cross your ankles or come up to standing however you want to come up. So maybe just roll onto your side, whatever. come to the top of your mat, and then have your 2 blocks close to the front of the mat. If your knees are sensitive and you don't have one of those nice little foamy knee pads, just have your blanket kind of close by too. It's nice for low lunges. All right, top of our mat, top of our practice, let's take Tadasana. Just like it kind of implies, right? Ta-da, everything's out. Legs are engaged. Head is totally in line with your spine. Lift your chest, broaden your collarbones, and get active through the fingers. Reach down with your fingers. Feel your shoulder blades sliding down your back. On an inhale, let's sweep our arms up. We're going to interlace all but our index fingers. Maybe step our feet a tad bit wider. Soft knees. Let your body lean to the right without dropping your heart down. So your heart stays facing the wall in front of you. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the other side. Inhale to center. Press down into your feet, lift through your heart, reach your fingertips a little higher towards the ceiling. Take a little back bend, mellow. And then on your exhale, big swan dive down. Arms come out to the sides of the room, standing forward fold. Good, let's hang out here. You have blocks, you can always use them. We're big fans of blocks here at Dragon. Halfway lift, extend your spine long, look forward. Exhale, fold Uttanasana, standing forward fold. Hollow out your belly, get your hips over your heels. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Good. Notice what's going on in the back of your body this morning. Halfway lift and fold. Halfway, hands to your hips, press into your heels, rise to stand. Again, inhale, oh, this thing, inhale your arms up, always fighting with the microphone. This time, let's take our hands interlaced behind our head, press our elbows towards each other, push down into your feet, and you need like no hair on the neck here would be helpful. And then put yourself in a little bit of traction. So you're drawing up right through that occipital ridge back there. You can feel it in the heels of your hands. Kind of grab that and draw up. Keep sinking down into your feet. Active legs. So you're not pulling your head forward. Rather, you're drawing it straight up. Inhale your arms overhead. Exhale your hands to your heart. We're going to step your left foot back into a lunge position. We're going to call it high lunge, even though it's not technically high lunge. We talk about this a lot in class. It's like yoga was very creative until they got to a few asanas, and they're like, Anjaneyasana, Anjaneyasana, Anjaneyasana. You're like, I would like for you to have different names for all of those. So we're going to call it high lunge. So we're going to activate through your back leg, bend your knee, and imagine it's your hamstrings. Your hamstrings are what is straightening that left leg. When you do it slow and controlled, you should feel the front of your left hip stretch a little bit more. Bend your knee again. Focus on your left hamstrings. Those are what is straightening your left leg and pulling your hip flexors long on the front side. Good, let's do it one more time. It's subtle. Okay, woo. All right, find it again. This time the adjustment is hands to your hips. Tilt your pelvis forward a little into a posterior tilt. Keep that. And once again, think hamstrings, drive your left leg straight. I'm shaking because my hip flexors are tight and they're going, oh my gosh, right? Try that again. Bend your left knee, take your pelvis, posterior tilt. Keep that, and very, very slowly extend your left leg straight. Can you feel the difference? Good. One more time. Pelvic tilt. Keep it. And boy, pull that hip flexor long, hip flexors. Now inhale, extend your arms up. Nice. Wrap your triceps inward towards your cheeks. Nice. Find the balance between being heavy and rooted and earthy and grounded, but also extended, reaching up and out. Good. One little adjustment. Take your left heel now as if you had a stiletto on and pull your heel away from the floor. Yeah. And feel how the whole back leg now just energized. Nice. One more breath. And then exhale, hands to your heart. Don't change anything in the lower body. Begin to turn your rib cage towards Ohio Street over there. So to your right, rib cage, rib cage, rib cage. Then maybe your left elbow comes around, hooks outside your right thigh. Yeah. And then do my favorite little mudra. Fist with your left hand, flat right palm. Use those two surfaces as torque, right? So if you use this and push those two into each other, draw your right shoulder blade further in towards your back, right? So it goes in and then also in towards your spine. So boop and boop. Good. I'm not a big fan of extending arms, but if you want to, you can extend your arms. Good. One more breath here. Press everything out. And then inhale, core, 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 come back to crescent lunge. Nice. Hands come down, frame your foot, come gently onto your left knee. Grab your blocks, bring them to their highest level. Pull them back. They're just an extension of your arms. We're going to go into low lunge first. So lower Anjaneyasana. Right knee is bent. Well, both knees are bent. Okay, come up for a second. So similar to what we did in crescent lunge, let's do a few adjustments here. So take your hands to your pelvis. Put a little posterior tilt again. Keep that as you shift forward. Then bring your fingers to your block. Keep your spine extended nice and long, deep breaths. Tuck your left toes under, and it's not just popping your knee up off the ground. I want you to use your hamstrings of your left leg to push your left heel back away from you. Again, if you were looking, there is a lot of shaking because it's a lot of work if you do it right. Very different from just going boop, right? That's totally different. You've just completely bypassed your hip flexors and you made your butt do most of the work. So if you didn't feel it, bring your knee back down. And watch my left heel. I'm going to drive it away, pushing it in opposition to my hip. And that should be like, yeah, that's something. That is something happening. Come. Oh, well, look at you. I was like, it's connected. All right, bring your blocks with you. And now they're just going to be under your shoulders for Ardha Hanumanasana, half splits. So back to your pelvis, right? Now if it's in a posterior tilt, no hamstrings. So now it has to be in an anterior tilt. So press back. Think about your sternum and your pubic bone. And we want to make those two spots farther away from each other. Yes. Your right ankle is what we call dorsiflex. So your toes are pulling actively towards your shin. Yeah. And if you want to go deeper, if your hamstrings can do it yet, all you do is bend your elbows, but keep your spine in extension, keep your pelvic tilt anterior. Ooh. And say hi to your hamstrings. Yeah. Beautiful. One more breath here. And then let's shift forward again. We're going to come to a low lunge, but take some rotation now. So left knee is down, top of your left foot is down. We can take our left block a little lower. Turn your rib cage to the right as your right arm reaches up. Now notice if you're shifting all your weight into your left hip. If you are, try to find some symmetry, at least in that weight distribution between right and left side of your hips. Last breath here. And then exhale, you can move your blocks out of the way. You're just going to lift your left knee, shift your weight forward, come into an L shape with your legs. And then a little jiva squat. So little adduction. Both knees bend. Tuck your left knee behind your, and then extend your left leg back out. Left foot comes down, meets the right. Halfway lift, pull your chest forward. Use your fingers to do that. So your leg is down now. Yeah. Oh, you're still jiva squatting. Just both feet on the ground. Yeah, you got it. You got it. Yeah. Yeah. You weren't alone. Half the class. I apparently didn't cue right. Okay. Halfway lift, look forward. Good. Keep that extension, but bend your knees as you come up to stand and come into Utkatasana, chair pose. Bend those knees. Yes. Nice. If this hurts your knees at all, there's a good chance that you're bringing the weight into your toes rather than your heels. We want it back in this one. Good. Remember that tricep wrap? So wrap those triceps inward towards your cheeks. Good. Keep the legs as they are. On your exhale, sweep your right arm back. Your eyes may follow, but your hips don't. I like the correction back there. Back row. Inhale, center. I saw you. Exhale. Hips don't move. They don't lie and they don't move. Bring your left arm back. Yeah. And back to center. Good. One more time each side. Exhale. So what you're doing here is you're trying to get your thoracic spine back to center on your inhale, the part that your rib cage is attached to do the rotation. Good. Stand up, hands to your heart. Left foot stays there. Right leg stays back or steps back. Okay, here we go. All of our fine tuning in crescent lunge. So let's start off in just plain old crescent, how you do it every day. And then we're going to break it down. Okay. So first thing we did was soft right knee first. So bend your right knee a little bit. And just think about your hamstrings of your right leg as what is going to straighten your right leg. I can't remember. Did we keep our hands here or are we in full crescent? Did we? Okay. All right. I feel like you're lying to me, but I'm all right with it. You know, you'll be crying right now. Okay. So back knee drops and then hamstrings straightens your right leg. Good. One more of those. And then we move to a little bit more fine tuning. Hands to your hips now. Little bend in your right knee to get your pelvis pressed this direction. Keep that. And then very slowly extend through your hamstrings. Again, bend, tilt, and extend. One more time, bend, tilt, and extend. Woo. Now we'll bring our arms up, right? Yeah, feels right. Okay, now power up your right heel. So now your right heel is like you're wearing stiletto heels. Good, hands to your heart. Turn your rib cage to your left. So twist in your ribs before you come forward. And then once you've done the rotation, then you can bring your right elbow to the outside of your left thigh. Good. Arms extending are optional. And I say that because for some of us that have really tight shoulders like I do, that is very awkward on my bottom arm shoulder. It kind of like pushes it in the wrong direction. So if you're good, you don't have big old shoulders like I do, then go for it. Good. Now, don't forget your back leg. Extend your right leg straight again. Some of you have rebent it. Beautiful. Come back to your crescent just for a sec. Yay. Exhale, hands down, right knee gently comes down to the floor. So this is again where you could grab your blanket maybe and put it under your right knee. All right, so we're in our low lunge, but we're going to dissect it a little bit. So come back out of it, hands to your hips. We're going to draw our right side of our pelvis forward, left back. We're going to press our pelvis forward. So we've got a posterior tilt happening as we shift down. And then the blocks, again, they're just an extension of your arm. So you shouldn't be reaching out for them. They should be right underneath you. And then go light on the blocks. Good. Just like we talked about before when we were standing up, find that balance between being heavy in your lower body, but also that engagement and that lift and that extension. Good. Bring your blocks with you. Straighten your left leg. Come into Ardha Hanumanasana, half splits. All right, several things have to be in place here to get all three true hamstrings long. So first off is that pelvic bowl, right? Instead of it here in a crunch, you're boop, now you're pushing it back. Distance between your sternum and the top of your pubic bone. Yeah, the other thing that has to happen is your spine needs to be an extension and not flexion. And then thirdly, that good old dorsiflexion of your left ankle, pulling it in towards your shin. Ooh, deep breath. Deb, bring that left block under your shoulder instead, like right here. Yeah, yeah. So they're just, all the blocks are is you're just bringing the floor up to you. One more deep breath. And then bring your blocks with you, shift back into your low lunge. This time, right hand stays on the block. You can take that block lower, or if your fingertips are right there at the ground, go for it. So watch what your left knee wants to do. It wants to kind of bow out to the side. I want you to adduct it a little, pull it in towards the middle of your body. Good. Twists are a great opportunity to think about what are you wringing out of your life? What are you letting go of? Last breath. And then hands come down. Pick up your right knee. We're going to shift forward, blocks or no blocks. It's up to you. or in that L stand. On your exhale, point the toes of your right foot, bend both knees, and draw it all in towards the center. Inhale, extend your right leg straight. Bring your right foot down to meet your left. And this time, bring a block with you as you rise up into chair. Utkatasana with a little extra fire. Good, breathe. Squeeze that block, use some pectoral muscles. Good, inhale, rise up tall. Exhale, block to your heart. And then take your block down to the ground and grab your strap. Okay, we're gonna start with just your strap around your right foot. You're gonna split the strap into both hands, and we're just gonna put it on our shoulders for a quadricep stretch. So if you bring the strap out and then down, keep a little adduction in your thighs, meaning your thighs are pulling in towards each other. And we get to check our balance today. Last night, or whenever I taught last, everybody had amazing balance. It's like, we must be super far away from a full moon. Good. Nice. So more for your quadriceps here. Quadriceps. I want you to, again, posteriorly tilt your pelvis. So you're coming out of that back bend in your lumbar spine. Yeah, keep the pelvis like that. And then we're not going into full dancer yet. We're just gonna work a baby dancer. Okay, watch this thigh wants to come out. Yep, so you gotta do a little squeezing in towards the midline of your body. Yeah. One more breath. And then slowly come up. Release the strap from your shoulders. Excellent. And everybody bounce like 5 times. Bounce, 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 bounce. Yeah, it's a good like nervous system, like a horse whinnies and neighs. That's what we're doing essentially. Because in balances, we're supposed to breathe, right? There may not have been that much breathing going on. So it's just nice for the nervous system to like let it go. Let's try the other side. Okay, so using the strap is nice because it allows your quadriceps to get that stretch first. Yeah. For this one, yes, because we're trying to get hip flexors still and quadriceps. Have a good day. Thanks for coming for as long as you could. Thanks, yeah. Good, little lean forward. Notice what your pelvis is doing. Good, so try to get rid of a little bit of that lumbar curve. Yes, you're doing great. Yeah, right? It is. You're going to be so sharp the rest of the day. Okay, slowly come out. Slide the strap off your shoulders. Fantastic. A couple little bounces. Good. And then top of your mat, you can get the strap out of the way. You may want blocks eventually. We're going to keep our right foot there, step our left leg back, and come into warrior 2, facing the south. Right knee is bent, left leg is straight. And Lynn, you may scooch over a little for this because we're going to end up in half moon and then chapasana. Okay, so warrior two, let's break it down. Even though your legs are spread wide, think about a symmetrical weight distribution. So it's not all in your right leg. You've got it distributed into both legs. The back foot, we tend to collapse in our arch. So consciously press some weight into the pinky toe side of your left foot. Good. The other thing we tend to do is we tend to lean and reach over our right leg. We actually want our torso perpendicular to the floor with our right armpit and our right hip in a line with each other. Nice. So one of the side effects of yoga is proprioception. Knowing, you good? What's going on over there? Okay, yeah. I like the chicken wing for shoulder stuff, but whatever works for you. So proprioception, knowing what your body is doing in space. It sounds funny, but you've run into a wall, right? You've like, what? How did my hip get way over there, So it's a side effect of yoga that I love. One more deep breath. And now you can bring your torso to the right elbow to your right thigh, or block, fingertips on it, extended side angle. We're going to do something different with your arms. So instead of just sweeping your left arm over, trick it. So we're going to take our left arm forward across the horizon, draw your triceps in towards your cheek, and then reach over. Sometimes we get stuck, right? Going this way with our shoulder. So the across the horizon is just like a little secret speakeasy for your shoulder. Good. Now, dynamic line of energy from the outside edge of your left foot all the way up through your left hand fingertips. Yeah. Now your rib cage is gently turning to the south. Okay, stay with me here. Left hand to your hip for a moment. Gives it somewhere to be. You're going to grab your block. Oh, we're here. Bring your block about 8 inches out in front of the toes. Shift into, good thing I have this wall here. Shift into your right leg. Good. Nice. Look down at your right toes for a second and make sure they haven't turned to the left. Sometimes they do that. If they did, take them back forward. Nice. Okay, this is Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Ardha Chapasana, real fun. Bend your left knee, reach back with your left arm. Yes. And imagine that someone's standing here. I'm going to use you as an example because you've got it. So think about here. Boop, ba-doop, ba-doo. I'm coming in. Just gonna snuggling in. Don't worry. Yeah. So you can do this around a tree, which is really fun. You got it. Good. Now come out. Let me see your arm. I'm gonna help you. Back to warrior two. Come on down. Whoosh. Nice. Yes. Excellent. Hands come down. All the way down. Come on to your left knee. Let's come out. Now we know the things we have to do to really get into the hip flexors. Get this thing off. I could take this. It's hot and I'm stuck. Okay, so do not reach back for your foot yet. I want you to stay in your low lunge and use your muscles, your glutes and your hamstrings to pick up your left foot. Left foot comes off the mat. Yes. Good. Now, when you do grab your foot, with your left hand, I want you to keep the muscular engagement. Okay, if you just grab your foot and crank it in, you're missing out because we have this awesome thing in our body called reciprocal inhibition. So when one side is contracted, so in this case, your glutes and hamstrings are contracted, it's actually sending a message to the front side of your left leg, your quadriceps and your hip flexors to have more length. Yeah. Good. Maybe two hands. That's up to you. I have nowhere for this. Ooh, nice.
Oh.
Yeah. One more deep breath. Awesome. Okay, don't let that leg just fly down. Control it. After you release it, control the descent. Now, the most restorative half splits you've ever felt. Grab your blocks. And actually do grab your blocks. Even if you don't need the blocks for half splits, hamstrings aren't our huge focus this morning. So do a little cat and cow here and think about your pelvis, right? So when you come into cat, your pelvis tips this way. As you come into cow, your pelvis tilts the other way. I'm not even doing it and I'm sweating. Jeez. Girls are heating up this room. Good. So that's just a little lunar pause. A little nod to your nervous system. And then when you're done with your next movement, again, shift forward. You can bring your blocks with you, that L shape. And then exhale, squeeze everything in, round it all. Drop your chin, point the toes of your left foot. Inhale, re-extend into the L, and then bring your left foot down. Halfway lift, look forward. So different, I don't know if I can do this. My shoulders are so tight. Take your block behind you this time. You do it. I'm not going to do it. So you're trying to squeeze the block this time behind your back. Oh, you're in chair. Bend your knees. Come up. Forgot to mention that part. Yeah, I never got there. If you can straighten them, kudos to you. Yes, look at Miranda. Jeez, look at that. Perfection. Yes, yes. I've attained it. Good, drop an inch lower. Nice, those look good. That's hard, isn't it? I should do that more. Okay, great. Switch the block to just one hand, come out. You can put your block off to the side. Woo, shake it out a little bit. Okay, let's revisit dancer. And we're going for dancer this way today, not this way, okay? So grab your strap. You can start off that exact same way with your heel close to your rear end, right? But where most people get themselves in trouble in dancer is they collapse their rib cage. They let their pelvis go into complete anterior tilt, and then the pose goes right into your lumbar spine instead of your whole spine. So we're looking for the whole spine, not just boop, your lower back. And there's a push-pull situation happening with the strap, right? You're pulling for sure with your arms, but you're also pushing a little with your leg. You can bring your chest more forward. You don't have to be straight up in this one. That's for yoga journal, not for real life. Good. Now, tendency is for your right hip to start to roll open, you've got to fight that. So you're using these strong muscles that we've already worked to hold into that adducted state. Yeah, Lynn, you could have your hands way further down the strap. I'll do it on your next side.
Okay.
Good. Slowly come out. Woo, couple little bounces. All right, let's try the other side. So it is hard to adjust the strap once it's there. That's why I like here first on your shoulders, that like a little backpack that gives you an opportunity to, you know, get a little tighter on the strap because it's hard to adjust once you're in the pose. Good. And I totally lied. I said we were doing this version. I completely lied to you because I gave you instructions to do this. Oh, well. Oh, well, it's still good. Good. Deep breaths. But now you know what that means. Then we have to come down and do the other version. Good. All right, come on down, do a few bounces. Let's see, how are we doing on time? Well, we got time. We got time. We'll do this version after the next left side. Okay, top of your mat, strap to the side, blocks close by. Step your right foot back now into Warrior Two, Virabhadrasana 2. Left toes point forward. Right foot is at about a 45-degree angle. Heel further out towards the back of your mat than your pinky toe. Yes. Pause here. Find all those little things we talked about, right? So weight distribution in your feet. And then here's one I didn't say on the other side. Also, even though your legs are apart, think of squeezing them in a little bit. So like as if you were going to take your mat and make a space in the middle, right? So you're squeezing your mat using your adductors. Good. Bend your left knee more. Make sure your knee is tracking forward and not inward because it will want to track inward. Couple more breaths here. Warrior Two. Feel that warrior. Embrace that energy, ladies. Oh yeah, I've done it. Yeah, when I practice with Shiva Ray, her husband, he doesn't use swords, he uses like a stick. Yeah. Okay, extended side angle. Reach out to your left elbow comes to your left thigh or fingertips down to a block or the floor. Now, that little trickery in our shoulder. So instead of this version, if you ever get a catch in your shoulder, try bringing it forward, wrapping your tricep in towards your cheek, and then rotating your rib cage a little bit more towards the wall in front of you. Nice. Deep breaths. Big stretch through your lats, your obliques. Last breath here. And then bring your right hand to your right hip. Look down, find your block. If you're using one, you don't have to use one, obviously. If you're using a block, bring it out about 7 or 8 inches away from your left toes. Shift your weight. Good. Bend your left knee a little bit, everybody. And think about rolling your left hip in like you're tucking it in under you. Good. Then the Chapasana variation, use your muscles of your right leg. Bend your right knee first. Muscles, 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 till you can't pull with your muscles anymore. And then you grab your foot. And if you can't grab your foot, here's the great news. Bending your knee and engaging those muscles is a krama. It's a step towards grabbing your foot safely. Good. Don't forget to breathe. No one's breathing. It's the quietest room ever. Good. One more breath. And then if you've got your foot, release it, but everyone straighten your right leg. And then it's a ninja-like transition from here to warrior two. Land soft. Good. And then hands come down, frame your foot. Gently come down onto your right knee. All right, so you know we're going to bend that knee a lot. So yes, blankets are there as little pads for your knees if you want them. All right, let's start in a good, strong, low Anjaneyasana. So think about that pelvis, what your pelvis is doing. We're trying to keep it out of that big anterior tilt that it wants to do, right? So we're kind of pressing forward, getting rid of some of that lumbar curve. And then shifting our weight forward. Good. Muscles pick up your right foot. Don't grab it yet. Don't grab. I know. We've been trained to grab a foot when it lifts. Good. Lots of muscles. And then hopefully when you reach back there, it's already there. So this is the training, right? Is getting to get all these muscles to make this knee flex. Sometimes they're weak and it only comes to here, right? So we want it way up there first and then it's right there to grab. Maybe the other hand comes around. Good, deep breaths. So we hold a lot of emotions in our hip flexors. So every exhale, maybe you're exhaling out a little something deeper than a tight muscle. Good. Release the ankle. Don't let the foot flop to the floor. Control its descent. And then a very relaxed cat-cow motion in your Ardha Hanumanasana, your half splits. Let your pelvis and your spine free up. So to do this, to allow the pelvis and your spine to move more freely, sometimes we have to have a little micro bend in our left knee to do that if your hamstrings are really tight. Like, were you talking to me? All right. Instead of doing our dancer like this, we're going to do it on our belly. So go ahead and tuck your knee under you. Come on down onto your belly. Let's take a little cobra first here. So press your pubic bone down, lift your chest using the extensor muscles of your back. So to check that, pick your hands up. And if you fall, you are only pushing with your hands. Nobody does that. You come to Dragon, you don't do that. Okay, so it's muscular again. And then release down. Make a pillow with your hands. Rest your left cheek on your hands for a minute. Relax the whole back body. And then here, since we have the floor underneath us, let's feel that tilt of the pelvis. So we tend in a back bend to do what? Anterior, right? So I want us to try to push into a posterior tilt here. And people ask, well, how much do you tighten your butt, right? How much do you flex your rear end? My answer would be, we're not trying to make diamonds, okay? So it's not like a super crush. It's like a medium, Okay, there's a little bit of glutes, but you don't want to squeeze and take that SI, those two SI joints again and squish them, right? Okay, so first step is we're going to extend our arms back. We're going to keep our feet on the ground. And we're going to press into that posterior tilt. Squeeze our shoulder blades together, lift our chest. And let's just do one leg. Bend your right knee, lift that thigh off the ground. Release. Switch sides, bend your left knee, and then with your muscles, lift your left thigh off the ground. Release, make your pillow, rest your right cheek down. Deep breaths. So that's a step, that's a krama. If you go to reach for your feet and you can't find them yet, I want you to repeat what we just did, okay? It is a variation of where we're going, okay? Okay, let's try again. So let's start with posterior tilt. Lift your chest, squeeze your shoulder blades, and this time maybe you find both your feet. You press more into your pelvis and lift. Good. Look at everybody. Yes. And then get celebratory, right? Like, woo! Big heart opener. Good. When you're ready to come down, make that pillow with your hands. Rest your left cheek. Bend both your knees. Take your knees a little wider than your hips and let your legs windshield wiper side to side. Good. We have the time. I invite you, if you'd like, to do that one more time. So let's do it together. Feet down first. Start with that posterior tilt of your pelvis right off the bat. Yes. Lift your head, lift your shoulders, reach your arms, and retract your shoulder blades towards your spine. Then bend your knees, use your muscles first. Reach back, grab your feet. More posterior tilt as you push into your pelvis, lift your chest. And just like we used on the strap, it's a push-pull situation, right? Your legs are actually helping lift your chest more. So one of the hands-on assists, oh, you're not done. Get back in there, girl. So one of the hands-on assists is this, but I want you to push your legs towards me. Yeah. Good. Yeah. Woo, come on down. Rest your head. Let your knees do a little side-to-side business. And then hands under your shoulders. Push your way back to child's pose. Knees nice and wide. Let your torso lay in between your thighs. And for that shoulder that's a little grumpy, you can do like a half arm. Good. Feel the weight of your hips sink into your heels. Surrender any holding. All right, slowly come up. And then you're going to roll onto your right side. Have your block behind you. Knees bent, left arm stacked over your right. You're going to bend your left elbow. Let your left fingers just kind of slide across your right arm, across your chest, and over to your left. And do that a couple times in motion. So bring your left arm across, bend your left elbow, slide your fingers across your heart. And then you decide if motion feels good, then stay with that motion, that flow, or let your left arm be supported by your block or the floor. Keep your pelvis neutral, your hips stacked. And think about that part of your spine that's connected to your rib cage. That's where the most rotation is happening. Bring your left hand back to your right hand. And then roll over onto your back and onto your left side. If you used a block for your shoulder, put a block behind you again. This time in that little fetal position, knees stacked, hips stacked, right hand over left. Let's start with the flow first. Slide your right hand fingertips all the way up your arm, across your chest, and over to your right. So as Des said, it's okay if you touch somebody. Right hand meets your left again, just flowing across. Again, you decide if the flow, the movement feels right. Keep that flow going, or if you want a more static twist, your right arm can rest on the floor or your block. Gently bring your right arm up and over back to your left hand. And then roll your way onto your back. Coming back last time to your happy baby, just releasing any residual stress or tension in your lower back. Just rock yourself kidney to kidney. Release your feet, slide your legs out long. Arms by your side, tuck your shoulder blades under you. Your palms face the ceiling. On your inhale, imagine you're lifting 50% of your weight up away from the ground. Hold it and then release completely. Let's do that one more time. Lift, pull the weight up away from the floor. And then on a big audible open mouth exhale, release it all out. Soften your eyes. Let them sink back into their sockets. Relax your jaw. Imagine a nice soft hand sweeping across your forehead, temples, jaw, down your throat, down your neck. Soft hands gently pressing your shoulders away from your ears. Down your arms, your torso, your hips, your legs, your feet, and your toes. Give yourself permission to be still. Still in your physical body. Peaceful and quiet in your mind. Your emotions at that point of contentment. No peaks, no valleys. Bring to mind that intention that you set an hour ago. And as you silently repeat it, believe it. Gently bring movement back into your toes and your fingers. into your wrists and your ankles. And slowly roll over to your right side with your knees bent, your head resting on your right arm. Your eyes still closed. Come up to a comfortable seat with your hands pressed together into Anjali Heart Mudra. May the benefits of your practice this morning, all your sweat, all your effort, all your concentration, don't roll that up with the mat. Take your yoga out with you into the world. Maybe it's a little pause before you respond. Maybe it's a deeper breath. Maybe it's a sense of the little things, a noticing. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Namaste. Everybody. And come to the potluck tonight. We're going to have like the best food. So if you're cooking,